Hi YouTube! In this video we're going to take a look at this pencil right here. Now if I just read it straight up, it says Conte Paris, or I don't speak French, but maybe it sounds something like Conte Paris. I don't know. But it's the Pierre Noire 3B France 1710 pencil, as you can see right there. And it was mentioned by a subscriber in the comments of a different video on dark pencils. And so we're just going to take a look at how dark is the Conte à Paris, or Conte Paris, however you want to say it, pencil. Alright, well I think it's about time we get this thing out of the shipping bag here. This is the way it came. See it? One single pencil, and it says Conte Paris Noire pencil. Anyway, here's a close-up of the pencil. Alright? Conte Paris. Anyway, Pierre Noire 3B France 1710 pencil. This is a 3B pencil. There it is right there. That's what it looks like. Got a big old core. Look at the size of that core. Whoa. Wow, it's still in focus. That's pretty good. My camera's up to the task today, isn't it? And there's the back end. See the camera in the reflection there? Alright, it's a thicker core pencil, definitely, than a standard pencil. I'll give you a comparison here. Okay, this one would be your standard dimension pencil. So this is a thicker pencil. Now, what is the details of this pencil? Okay, in examining this pencil here, we want to find out, what it looks like on paper, how it feels. Definitely want to see how rich and dark it is. And then what I want to do is I want to compare it to other dark pencils and see where it falls within the range of dark pencils. Now, when I first ordered this, I thought I was ordering a dark graphite pencil because it just said it was a 3B, and you find it often listed under graphite online. But taking a close look at that, that has to be something more than just graphite. It's got to have, I would say, some other components in there, perhaps charcoal, and or it could be even a carbon pencil, as you know, carbon pencils are referred to in the drawing world, such as, for example, you can see this one actually says carbon, and it's a rich black pencil from Generals, which we'll be comparing it with. So let's go see how this thing lays down. Let's find a smooth side to this paper here. Okay, this is the smooth side right here. All right. Okay, let's stay in focus there, camera. All right. Okay. First off, first impressions is it lies down very smooth. And I would have to say that if I was to guess, this feels that it may have a little bit of wax in it, because it really does glide real nice. Now, it is a nice matte black. It goes on really smooth, and I am actually quite pleased with this pencil. This is a nice matted black pencil. It's very dark. Okay, take a look at that, and I'm just going to add a little more there. Now that is a really, really dark pencil. Of course, I'm going to compare it to others in a moment, but I want you to take a look at that. Very, very dark. This pencil is a charcoal pencil. It's a charcoal pencil likely held together with some wax. Let me see if we have any kind of a shine component to it. There's no shine whatsoever. Interesting. Okay. All right. So you can really do some nice high contrast drawing with this pencil. I'm surprised that I've never heard of it before, but I'm sure there's still a lot out there that I haven't heard, and I really do appreciate it when members or subscribers, I should say, leave me comments about various pencils they've tried. This one here is a really good recommended pencil to try out. Very impressed. How does this thing hold up under erasing and blending? Well, let's try the blending here. And then I'm going to try to erase it as well. Okay, here's a Q-tip. Let's see how it blends here. All right. I am really happy with this. This is nice. This is really nice. As you can see, that I blended this thing really nice, got rid of the whites of the paper, which is something I really want to do, especially like that drawing that I'm doing of Robert Downey Jr., where I need the blacks to be deep, rich black, and this here, not only did it blend really nice and dark, but it doesn't even give the appearance that it lightened up, which is what happens when I often do that with just regular charcoal. Now here is, for instance, the Elite Grande, the Primo pencil. Happens to be the darkest charcoal that I currently use. I like to put that right beside it here. Now you can hear, well, maybe you can't, I don't know, but I can hear much scratchier sound, which is what is normal with charcoal, because this is just pure charcoal. There's no wax in it. There's definitely seems to be wax in that right there, and I'm going to be very interested in seeing how well it can erase. I am kind of pushing down into the paper now. By just looking at it, of course, the charcoal here looks darker. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend it as well. Because I like to blend everything I draw for the most part. All right, there's those two right there. Now the Primo does look like it's a richer dark. That's a pure graphite right there. This one here feels like it's got something else mixed in it and makes it really smooth, which I like. I really do like that pencil, even though it may not be as rich, as dark as that one right there. And that's not even my darkest pencil, I don't believe. As we're going to take a look now at, for example, the Carbon Sketch here from Generals, which I believe is the darkest pencil that I have, but we'll know for sure in a second here. Okay, and that does definitely look richer. And then I'm going to use the clean end of this Q-tip here and blend it. Now as I'm blending this, I can see it's getting lighter. And I'm moving a lot of dust around. I'm going to do a dust test here in a second. But well, there you go. There's those three. You can compare. It's very difficult to tell which is the darkest here, but I'm going to do a test here using my Photoshop and see if we can determine which one is the darkest using the Photoshop and the eyedropper as a test. Okay, now the other thing, of course, is find some more clean spots here. Okay, so we have the smear test here, which means that I can, let me pull out here a little bit so you can see it better. Okay, so if I want to do blending out, when you're shading from dark to light, let's see. Now I've already, of course, picked up most of it from here previously, but I did the same with the others as well. So yeah, that just blends really nice, comes out. Okay, now gotta get me another earbud. Okay, now let's do the charcoal here. All right, that's comparable. And we'll do the carbon. Okay, so there's no difference as far as I can tell of any of these three pencils as far as it's blending out. Though again, I do prefer these two over that as far as the appearance, where the difference in the shade of the blend on the outside and the center is less than this. This one here is real drastic. It goes from dark to light, like zoom. This here is a little more muted down, so is this one here. So anyway, now I have this eraser here, common white latex free eraser, and I'm going to see if we can go ahead and remove this. See what that looks like. Okay, so this is the carbon. Okay, so that's removing the carbon. Now the charcoal. Okay, pretty much the same it looks like. And now the Conte. Alright, looks like I can remove less of it. I'm going to take them all three off right now. Now, this is a lot of erasing. I don't want to really damage this paper, but if I keep up, it's going to definitely damage this paper. See, the paper feels fine, so it's a good 90-pound paper here. Okay, close up, you can see that the Conte left more of its pigment, its material, in the paper itself. Yep, I've erased it about as far as it's going to go. Whereas the charcoal and the carbon appears to be slightly lighter. I'm surprised, but the carbon is actually lightest of all. But there you go. So you're really going to leave a lot behind, and you're not going to get it back down to the white of the paper with either of these actually. So if you definitely want to pull out those highlights in your drawings, you don't want to be pressing that charcoal or carbon in an area that's the white of the paper, because you just won't get that white out, except perhaps with a electric eraser. Use this Derwent here, and let's see what we have. Well, I didn't do anything there. I didn't do much there either. I didn't do much there. Just a little bit. Took a little bit off. Okay. Now, let's go back to testing the darkness. We're going to test the darkness of this pencil with 4 other pencils. Okay, so we're going to put the Conte up against the Carbon Sketch, the Primo Elite Grande 5000. I've also brought the Graphite Carbon Mix 8B Staedtler Lumograph, and of course my faithful 9XXB pencil. So let the experiment begin. Get a fresh end here. Alright, so I'm going to put down the, and there'll be no blending for any of these. Okay, now that goes on really nice. This is the Conte. Fill in as much of the white spot as I can, and then we'll blend one of them here, because I'm going to do 2. Okay, so there's the unblended, and this will be the blended. Alright. Okay, so that's the Conte. I have a blunt end here, makes it a little hard to write, but there we go, that's the Conte. And let's blend it down here. Nice. Really nice. All right. Unblended, blended. Okay, now let's bring it up against the Primo Elite Grande. Has a charcoal chalk feel to it. Not as waxy or smooth as the other one, though it does appear to fill in the paper better, less of those white little speckles, which is not an issue. When you blend it, then there's nothing there. Alright, so That looks pretty solid there, and then I'm going to do it again here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the clean side of the Q-tip here and blend it. And I'll mention some observations along the way here. Okay, now this is really pitch black, the charcoal, the Primo, whereas the Conte is a little more, has the white pitted look to it. You'll notice, see it has little white holes you can see, but then when you blend it, you get the solid. Whereas here I can go solid with the Primo right off the bat, and then with blended, it's the same, it's just blended. And one of the things I noticed too with this is that the Conte has less of the, as you can see this, the material, see that you have to blow off, or which you should be careful when you're blowing off. And don't use your brush, you'll put streaks on your paper, so you have to be real careful when you're using these kind of pencils. But there's more, I'm going to say medium dust. There's more dust. See, my hands are getting all messed up too. How about that? There's more dust from the Primo than there was from the Conte, and I think a lot of that has to do with the waxiness that the Conte has. That holds, I would imagine, holds it together more rather than it just breaking loose all over the place. Now we're going to use the Carbon Sketch pencil, okay, from Generals. It's Generals Carbon Sketch, and again has that really chalky sound that I'm used to for this kind of a pencil. And again, a lot of this dust, carbon dust, but it fills in just like the Primo. It fills it in solid. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that again here. Okay, that's a lot. There's a lot of carbon dust on that. I mean, just a lot of, you can see that. See that? It's just a lot of it. One of the things I don't like about these pencils, the charcoal pencils, is, you know, it is messy. You get a lot of that on your drawing. You got to be really careful. Okay, now we've taken care of those three. We're down to the Lumograph and the 9XXB. I'll go with the 9XXB because it's rated as a 9. As opposed to the 8 that I have here. So here's a 9XXB, and immediately, being next to these others, it is much lighter for a black pencil. It's partially graphite, so it's not all carbon, it's not all charcoal, it's a graphite mix. Okay, not so much dust, which you wouldn't expect to have with something that's not all charcoal. And then I'll do it again here. Try to cover as much as I can. And then we're going to blend. Find me a clean spot right there. I don't want to cross-contaminate, so that's why I have to find a clean spot. But that's how it looks blended. And I think I can see, yes, I can see a shine. See a shine in there? Yeah. Right there. That one's shining a lot. That shines a little bit. You can see a little bit on that one there. Is the 8B. And I assume it's going to be much like the 9XXB in behavior. Yep, feels the same too. Feels the same, looks the same. Go ahead and find me a clean spot right there. Oh, I got two sides. I can use either side, so I'll do that right there. It's not covering up the white as well as I'd like. Alright, I'm going to wear that out. See how it does with the shine thing, and as you can see, there's a shine. These two right here. Notice the shine? Alright, that's undesirable. But fortunately, we don't have to deal with them when we have pencils like these that we can use. It's nice to welcome this new one to the family of dark pencils in my toolkit. Alright, now it's time to slip this puppy in my computer and see how these pencils all rate compared to each other. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to blow these up a little bit, zoom in as they say. Let's see how far I can go. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now you can see over here, you got all these white dots, which is easy to, you know, mess up and everything. But here's what I'm going to do. We see that we have these different blended shades down here. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to adjust the levels. Okay. And they adjust for all of them. So here's auto contrast. Okay, good. Now, that way we at least get the paper to be more white as it is. And we can now see the different shades here. I'm going to take a piece of the Conte here. I'm going to go edit, copy, then edit, paste. That way now I can move that little piece and you can see I'm moving it into the Primo, and you really can't see the difference. Blow it up really good here. But there's the piece right there. Okay. So in darkness, blended, they are comparable. Edit, copy, edit, paste. All right. Let's get that piece down here. All right. That's Primo. I'm naming them over here. This is the Conte. Alright, go back to background. Alright, now the carbon. Edit, copy. Edit, paste. There we go. All right, now the big problem here we can see is that the 9XXB and the 8B that has the graphite, it doesn't even cover as well and leaves these little white speckles that you can see through here. All right, now let's take a look at this. We're going to take the Conte, select the Conte. Here we go. And as you can tell, it blends really nice in here. You can't even tell the difference. You come into the carbon. It's very difficult to see a difference, though I can see it. Just very, very minor. But wherever I put it, I can see where it is. But if you were to walk away and come back, I don't think you can see that. That looks pretty well blended in. But then, of course, you come here, you can see there it is right there, because it's not only a darker tone, but it fills in a lot better too. And of course, the AB would be the same. See, it's the same thing. All right, and with the Primo, blends right in, of course, blends right in. And then, of course, it's darker than those two and blended so much better. We have the carbon. Okay, blends in pretty good, blends in pretty good, and then really shows up here and really shows up here. Okay, and of course, if you want to compare these two, you can see, whoops, oh, behave. We got 9XXB, there we go. All right, so you can see it's lighter tone, speckled. You can see that in all these right here. You can see how it stands out. And then the 8B, of course, same thing. Seeing is believing. Okay, seems to be comparable with the 9XXB, blends in pretty good with the 9XXB. So, here we go. Well, that's it, folks. The review on the Conte à Paris, or A Paris, however you want to say it. The Pierre Noire 3B France 1710. I think it's a fantastic pencil. I really like it. It's a good, very smooth, waxy feel to it. Wonderful pencil. I am going to thoroughly enjoy using this pencil in many of my future drawings. I probably should have bought more than just one pencil, but hey, not a problem. I can get more. Anyway, I hope you liked this review. I hope it wasn't information overload. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you don't like the video, don't do anything. Just go, 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 go. No, anyway, I don't care. All right, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.